Hey guys, welcome to the combo video. This is the Gimmick Puppet FTK combo video. The very first one I'm going to start off with is the one card, and if you haven't noticed, we are playing 4 copies of it because we've got 3 copies of Mansion and 1 copy of Terraforming. So we are at a consistency of 4 cards out of 40, which is actually not bad for a 1-card combo. Let's take a look at it. So we're going to activate the Mansion. We'll put Mansion up here just so it kind of looks like a it's in the middle. So Mansion is going to go ahead and grab us a copy of the Soldiers. We're going to normal summon Soldiers. Soldiers is going to mill Rogue Doll. Rogue Doll is going to go to the grave and add back to hand. We're going to activate our effect to reveal a Gimmick Puppet XYZ from our deck. We're going to reveal a rank 8 so we can special summon a level 8 from our deck. So we summon out the Cattle Stream. We go ahead and we XYZ into our boy Fantasix Machinex, and then we detach the Cattle Scream to the graveyard, and then we add the Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. Then we Argent Chaos Force this guy and summon out into him. On summon, he can add one of 2 traps that I'm playing, but I'm going to add the Service Puppet Play just because it makes the most sense. And then you're going to want to activate his effect, special summoning the Cattle Scream, detaching the Fantasix, and then we're going to rank these up. Or not rank up, we're going to exceed summon into the number 40. Number 40 is going to go ahead and detach the Cattle Scream and put the string counter on our Fantasix. We're then going to use this effect to detach, give my opponent the Cattle Scream, and then when this is summoned, you can get this out of the grave. You can only use this once per duel. And then we're going to activate the Rank Up Magic onto this, summoning out C40. C40 on summon is going to pop this guy and burn for 3,100. We've burned for 3,100. This is going to go to grave. And then what's going to happen is this guy is going to get special summoned out, and we're going to add this back to hand. After we do that, we're going to use the effect of the Mansion. We're going to detach strings, send it to the graveyard, and then summon it to my opponent's field. And then we are going to take these 2, link them away. On summon, our link is going to grab us the Scissor Arm. We're going to normal the Scissor Arm, and we're going to mill Fiendish. And just for those of you who haven't caught it, we did normal summon twice, and that is because of Fantasix Machinex. We get a regular normal summon, and then we get a second one off of him. So we milled, what did I say? The Fiendish Knight, which will grab it back. We're going to go ahead and use Fiendish Knight's effect to special summon him out, and then we're going to grab the Fantasix from grave. And this doesn't really matter here. We're going to banish the little soldiers and make these 2 level 8s. We're going to overlay into our grinder. We're going to detach a copy, grind this guy up for 3 grand. So we've done 3,100 off of him, 3,000 off of him, and then we're going to Argent Chaos Force this guy and make the Giant Hunter, which we will detach to destroy this card, thus dealing 8,100 damage and winning the duel. That's the 1 card. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 2 card, and let me explain. So these are what I call pseudo FTKs. So because Konami wanted to really just destroy this deck beyond almost recognition, we are looking at what I'm going to call pseudo FTKs, because you don't technically win until your opponent's turn. So you're not winning on the first turn, if that makes sense. You're winning on the second turn. So I guess maybe you could call this an OTK, but for all intents and purposes, we're going to call it a pseudo FTK. So this is opening up Puri Reese or Little Soldiers and or either one of these 2. Basically, the combos are going to be the same, so I'm going to do this just as one, so that way you can kind of understand it. And then I'm going to do the 3 card, and then the other, a couple other 2 card combos. So when we're looking at our normal summon here, Gimmick Puppet is the best normal summon, and I advocate if you're not running at least 2 Puri Reese map to do that. Unless you're running like a Horus package or something where you're not in that demand of seeing soldiers, but I'm playing pure, so I prefer to just have that searcher. Yeah, people are going to argue, oh, you could get trolled, you could get ashed. You could, but your mansions can get trolled, your mansions can get ashed. So I want to have as many pieces as I can to build my boards. So I'm actually going to start with the Foolish Burial Goods, so that way we can understand what to do with this card. So if you're using this as a way to get to Mansion, you can completely ignore this combo. But if you want to tech this in and not play with the Crystal B stuff, this is a way to do that. So right off the bat, I'm going to activate Foolish Burial Goods, and I'm going to send the Service Puppet play from my deck to the graveyard. Next, I'm going to normal summon Soldiers, and Soldiers is going to mill the Rogue Doll. After that gets milled, it comes back to hand. We're going to special summon her, reveal a rank 8 in our extra deck, and summon out the Cattle Scream. We're going to go ahead and overlay these two guys to make the Fantasix. Fantasix is going to detach the Cattle Scream and add a copy of the Argent Chaos Force. All right, we're going to go ahead and rank it up, making this guy. So now typically, this is where I would add Service Puppet play. You do not want to do that in this specific combo. Because it just, wouldn't make sense. So we're going to detach this to special summon this. We're going to overlay into this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add this back to hand. We're going to detach this and then place our counters onto the Fantasix. We're going to go Argent and summon out C40, pop. And then when that happens, we're going to special him back. We're going to get this back to hand. We're going to go ahead and link. We're going to link it to the Chimera Doll. Chimera Doll is going to grab us the Scissor Arms. We're going to normal summon it. We're going to mill this. And then we're going to add this back to hand. We're going to go ahead and go Fiendish Knight and target the regular 40. And then we're going to go ahead and banish Little Soldiers to go ahead and these guys rank 8. We're going to go Giant Grinder, and then we're going to rank this guy up. And we're going to make the Fantasy. Oh, wait. I don't know why I grabbed that out of my graveyard. Why did I do that? We're going to rank this up into Fantasix. We're going to detach, special summon the strings to my opponent's board. Okay. And then after that happens, we're going to detach, destroy this. So looking at it right now, we just burned for 33. And then we burned for 31. So that's not quite 8 grand. And I have nothing left I can do. I have to end my turn. My opponent takes their turn. Okay. In the standby phase, I go Service Puppet play. It says you can banish this card and then target XYZ monster in either grave, special summon it to either field and defense position. So we banish this because it's a quick effect. We banish that, and then we give our opponent this right here, the number 30, pop that down, and that will be game. Effectively, the same thing is going to happen with the Forbidden Droplet. So if you haven't paid attention, if you have been paying attention, we didn't add this card because we sent it to the graveyard. Now, with the Forbidden Droplet, when we put a monster on our opponent's field, that's when we would just activate it, sending this, and then you essentially have the same thing. Literally, you just wait till your opponent has a monster on their field, and then you negate its effect, sending this from hand to grave, and then the FTK or the pseudo FTK is pretty much the same. So you know what? I'm not going to lie. For this next one, I'm going to make a completely separate video because I want to talk about it a little bit more, and then we'll go from there. So guys, this has been it for the first part. Second part, stay tuned.